Alright, no award show is complete without talking about graphics. I mean, come on. So here are my nominations for what I thought to be the best graphics of 2010. The first one, again, wow, is Final Fantasy 13. I mean, anywhere you look, let's be serious, it was brimming with imagination. The art direction in that game was amazing. And then how they brought that art direction to life was even better. It was just amazing to look at, no matter how small of a space you had to move forward. Anyways, the second best graphics, Heavy Rain. Oh my goodness, I wish the loading screens would last longer. If you know what I'm talking about, thumbs up. It was just insane to see their faces just sitting there loading. I don't know, it was awesome. But other than that, everything else looked amazing. I mean, the movements of the characters, the mocap was awesome. It was just a really, really good looking game. And finally is Gran Turismo 5. Wow, the premium cars, reflections and light and everything galore. The tracks might not look the best, and I mean there's some shadows here and there that are a little bit iffy, but we won't talk about those. The cars, which the game is about, look amazing. I mean, it just makes me crazy thinking of how much time went into making all of those cars, and I'm not like that, but it still impressed me. And the winner for the best graphics. I remember sitting as Norman Jayden when you first enter the office that I believe he works in, yes, and I just sat there. I just sat in the waiting room chairs or whatever it was, and I just looked around the office. I looked at people moving, I looked at people doing their job, I just looked, and I just sat and I stared. That moment alone makes me have to give this award to Heavy Rain. Every single thing in that game looks amazing, and I can't wait to replay it again. It was just awesome. Okay, so if there's one genre of game that I can give an award and nominees to, it has to be the RPG, because that's my favorite genre. And there just isn't enough of the other genres that I played this year to warrant a whole award category. For example, if it was shooters, Killzone 2 would have to win because that's the only shooter I played this year. If it was action, it would have to be God of War because that's the only action game I played. Well, I played God of War and God of War Chains of Olympus. Anyways, here are my nominees for the best RPG of 2010. Wow, there is a lot, but let's start off with White Knight Chronicles. Like I said, it brought us back to what the RPG should be. The story was, you know, whatever, kind of like save the princess, save the world, but everything else was just what an RPG should be, and I really, really enjoyed it. Second is Resonance of Fate. Holy crap, the tutorials. They took forever, but once you got past the couple hours of tutorials on how to battle, yeah, that's all it was about, was a really cool game with a world that had a really cool atmosphere, and it just gives me a warm feeling still thinking about how I felt while playing that game. It was really, really good. Third is Final Fantasy 13. Again, not the greatest in the series, but I had to nominate it. I mean, it's Final Fantasy. Come on. Sure, I enjoyed myself sometimes. Again, wasn't the greatest, but good enough to get a nomination. Fourth was Nier. Yes, you could argue this was an action title, but it had enough RPG elements that I could throw it in this category. It was awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it. The music, again, was amazing. The characters were so funny. The story, although the characters were funny, the story was serious, and I felt connected with the story and the characters and what was going on. Beautiful world, beautiful everything, good game. Searching for Your Daughter Yona must have had some weird magical effect because Nier was the best RPG of the year. Now, I could have given this award to what game I thought deserved it, which was Final Fantasy 13, but I'm going to give it to what I enjoyed playing the most, and that was Nier. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy, just I enjoyed Nier so much more. In fact, I enjoyed White Knight even more, which don't hurt me. No idea is original, or at least that's what director Christopher Nolan thinks. Here are my nominees for the best clone of 2010. The first one is Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Now, most of the time I found it copying Uncharted 2. In fact, while I was playing it one time, DG, I'm sure you all know him as DG, was sitting right next to me and he's made a joke, how did you get an early copy of Uncharted 3? Obviously it doesn't look that good, but it had the same elements and most of the time it pulled them off. Second is Dante's Inferno. Sure, I gave it the most disappointing, but, you know, it copied elements from God of War, and some of them it got right. Unfortunately, most of them it did not, but it warrants a spot in these nominees. And third is Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. In the middle days of the PS2, Ico grabbed the hearts of almost 1 million buyers, and Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom picks up that same formula of helping someone lesser able than you, traverse around a world. You play as Tepeyu, who has to order around the Majin, this magical beast, to help you in traps and puzzles and all this stuff. It's really good. I would recommend it, and it definitely copies Ico fairly well. The winner of the best copycat in 2010 definitely goes to Enslaved. Now, while it didn't bring this cinematic experience kind of thing to a new level, it kept it at the level that it should be and, you know, wasn't worse than what we see. This game was awesome. If you like Uncharted, and if you like, I don't know what else to compare it to. If you like Uncharted, I think you'll like this. The story may not be as straightforward and realistic as Uncharted. It's a little bit odd, but I loved it, and it was amazing. That definitely gets the best copycat of 2010. Okay, so it's time for the big award. Here are my nominees, what I personally thought, again, please don't attack me, was the best game in 2010. The first one I had to nominate was Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. It was just so good. But hey, Ninja Theory, don't use the same button to roll and to jump. Also, don't let me try that again. Also, don't trash talk systems because it makes your sales crappy. That aside, Enslaved was totally enjoyable. I loved it. The world was just amazing. So many colors, and it was just so pretty to look at. Pretty colors. It was really, really fun. Story was awesome. Characters were amazing. Mocap by Andy Serkis. His voice acting is amazing. Piggy was amazing. Trip was amazing. Everything in that game, mostly everything, was amazing. Second nominee goes to Nier. I freaking loved playing this game. And again, Kane, I love you. Grimoire Vice, I love you. Music, I love you. I mean, the girl who wrote the music that had vocals in it invented her own language to put into the songs. That is dedication. This RPG by Square Enix, believe it or not, was better than their other RPG, believe it or not. Anyways, the final nomination for Game of the Year of 2010 is Heavy Rain. I don't even know what I can say about this game. No one thought that responding to QuickTime events for 10 hours would make an awesome game, but guess what? It did. Quantic Dream, or Quantic... I'm drawing a blank. What's the developer's name? They blew us away. They totally surprised us with this game. It was just awesome. I had it pre-ordered for months before it came out. I did not waste my money. If you don't have it, go buy it. It has about 1.5 million sales so far. Bump it up a bit. Let's bump it up. It was just awesome. Alright, before I give you the winner, I just wanted to say that The Last Rebellion, which unfortunately was a PS3 exclusive, would win my award of Worst Game of the Year. I don't even know why I still have it. I should sell that crap. It was just so bad. In fact, it was so bad, NIS America actually apologized in a press release for releasing the game in the States. Or, sorry, in North America. They said that the Japanese would be able to appreciate it, but they don't think that it was a product that the North Americans could enjoy. Wow, good job, NIS. At least you can point out your own problems by releasing a game rather than pointing out the problems in the game before it's released. Anyways, enough with the negatives. Let's go on to the positives. Okay, you knew it was coming. Heavy Rain, I don't know how you did it, but you did it. This game was amazing. Definitely the best game on the PS3 in 2010. And apparently IGN agrees with me. I don't even know what to say. I've said a lot of stuff about this game. So maybe I should just dance or play Dance Dance Revolution. I don't know. Slip my mind. This is awkward. PSTUnite. Subscribe. Or, well, yeah, subscribe to the channel, but join the website too.